NFPA 70E implementation is crucial for small electrical contractors. Firstly, establish a safety program. Develop a written safety program that outlines policies, procedures, and responsibilities for electrical safety. Appoint a qualified electrical worker to oversee the program. This individual will be responsible for ensuring the program is followed and updated as needed. Secondly, conduct hazard assessments. Regularly assess workplaces to identify potential electrical hazards. Document and categorize these hazards based on their severity and risk potential. This includes arc flash hazards, shock hazards, and other potential dangers. Thirdly, establish safe work practices. Implement safe work practices, including lockout-tagout procedures, arc flash mitigation methods, and the appropriate use of personal protective equipment. Lockout-tagout procedures are essential for de-energizing equipment before any work is performed. Arc flash mitigation methods can reduce the risk of arc flash incidents. The correct personal protective equipment, or PPE, is critical for protecting workers from electrical hazards. Fourthly, provide training and education. Train all employees on electrical safety principles, NFPA 70E requirements, and safe work practices. Offer refresher training regularly and as needed to keep employees up to date on the latest safety information. Fifthly, maintain electrical equipment. Establish a regular maintenance schedule for electrical equipment to ensure it remains in safe working order. Inspect electrical equipment before each use and perform any necessary repairs or replacement. Properly maintained equipment is less likely to cause electrical incidents. Sixthly, develop incident response plans. Create emergency response plans for electrical incidents. These plans should include evacuation procedures, first aid and CPR protocols, and procedures for notifying the relevant authorities. Quick and effective incident response can minimize the impact of electrical accidents. Seventhly, maintain documentation and records. Keep accurate records of hazard assessments, training sessions, inspections, and electrical equipment maintenance. Document all electrical incidents and investigate the root causes to prevent future occurrences. Proper documentation is essential for demonstrating compliance and improving safety. Eighthly, continuously improve the safety program. Regularly review and update the safety program, procedures, and training materials to ensure they remain effective. Seek feedback from employees and implement their suggestions for improvement. Continuous improvement is key to maintaining a strong safety culture. Additional considerations include outsourcing safety support. Small contractors may consider outsourcing electrical safety support from a qualified consultant or safety professional. This can provide access to specialized expertise and ensure compliance with NFPA 70E. Secondly, collaborate with clients. Communicate with clients about electrical safety requirements and ensure they provide the necessary information and resources. This helps to create a safer working environment for everyone. Thirdly, ensure subcontractors comply with NFPA 70E requirements. Ensure subcontractors are also trained and compliant with NFPA 70E requirements. This is essential for maintaining a consistent level of safety on all projects. Fourthly, stay informed about industry standards. Stay informed about industry best practices and standards related to electrical safety. This will help to ensure that the safety program is up to date and effective. Adhering to NFPA 70E helps contractors meet legal obligations and minimize liability. It is important to understand the legal requirements related to electrical safety and to ensure that the company is in compliance. Let's delve a little deeper into each of these points. Establishing a safety program involves creating a comprehensive document that outlines the company's commitment to electrical safety. This program should include specific policies and procedures for addressing various electrical hazards. It should also clearly define the roles and responsibilities of all employees in maintaining a safe work environment. A qualified electrical worker is someone who has the skills and knowledge related to the construction and operation of electrical equipment and installations and has received safety training to recognize and avoid the hazards involved. This person should be responsible for overseeing the implementation and enforcement of the safety program. Hazard assessments are a critical component of NFPA 70E compliance. These assessments should be conducted regularly to identify potential electrical hazards in the workplace. This includes identifying arc flash hazards, shock hazards, and other potential dangers. The assessment should also consider the severity of each hazard and the likelihood of it causing an injury. Once the hazards have been identified, they should be documented and categorized based on their risk potential. Safe work practices are the procedures that employees must follow to protect themselves from electrical hazards. These practices should include lockout-tagout procedures, arc flash mitigation methods, and the use of appropriate personal protective equipment. Lockout-tagout procedures are designed to prevent equipment from being accidentally energized while it is being worked on. This involves disconnecting the equipment from its power source and attaching a lock and tag to the disconnect switch. Arc flash mitigation methods are designed to reduce the risk of arc flash incidents. This may include using arc-resistant equipment, increasing the distance between workers and energized equipment, and using personal protective equipment that is designed to protect against arc flash. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, is the equipment that employees wear to protect themselves from electrical hazards. This may include safety glasses, gloves, and flame-resistant clothing. It is important to select the appropriate PPE for the specific hazards that employees will be exposed to. Training and education are essential for ensuring that employees understand the electrical hazards they may encounter and how to protect themselves. Training should cover electrical safety principles, NFPA 70E requirements, and safe work practices. Refresher training should be provided regularly to keep employees up to date on the latest safety information. Electrical equipment maintenance is important for ensuring that the equipment is in safe working order. This involves establishing a regular maintenance schedule for all electrical equipment. The schedule should include inspections, testing, and repairs. Electrical equipment should also be inspected before each use to identify any potential problems. Incident response plans are designed to ensure that employees know what to do in the event of an electrical incident. These plans should include evacuation procedures, first aid and CPR protocols, and procedures for notifying the relevant authorities. It is important to practice these plans regularly so that employees are prepared in the event of an emergency. Documentation and record keeping are essential for demonstrating compliance with NFPA 70E. This involves maintaining accurate records of hazard assessments, training sessions, inspections, and electrical equipment maintenance. It also involves documenting all electrical incidents and investigating the root causes. Continuous improvement is key to maintaining a strong safety culture. This involves regularly reviewing and updating the safety program, procedures, and training materials. It also involves seeking feedback from employees and implementing their suggestions for improvement. Small contractors may consider outsourcing electrical safety support from a qualified consultant or safety professional. This can provide access to specialized expertise and ensure compliance with NFPA 70E. Electrical safety consultants can provide a variety of services, including hazard assessments, training, and program development. Collaboration with clients is important for ensuring that everyone is working together to create a safe work environment. This involves communicating with clients about electrical safety requirements and ensuring that they provide the necessary information and resources. For example, clients should provide contractors with accurate drawings and specifications for the electrical systems they will be working on. It is essential to ensure that subcontractors comply with NFPA 70E requirements. This involves verifying that subcontractors have received adequate training and that they are following safe work practices. Contractors should also conduct regular inspections of subcontractor work to ensure compliance. Staying informed about industry standards is important for keeping up to date with the latest safety information. This involves reading industry publications, attending conferences, and participating in professional organizations. By staying informed, contractors can ensure that their safety programs are up to date and effective. Adhering to NFPA 70E helps contractors meet legal obligations and minimize liability. Electrical safety is regulated by various federal, state, and local laws. Failure to comply with these laws can result in fines, penalties, and even criminal charges. By implementing a comprehensive NFPA 70E program, contractors can demonstrate their commitment to electrical safety and reduce their risk of liability. In the realm of electrical safety, understanding the nuances of arc flash and shock hazards is paramount. Arc flash is a phenomenon that occurs when a flashover of electric current through the air happens. This can occur when there is sufficient voltage in an electrical system and a path to ground is available. The resulting explosion can cause severe burns, blindness, hearing loss, and even death. Shock hazards, on the other hand, occur when a person comes into contact with an energized electrical conductor. This can result in electrical shock, burns, cardiac arrest, and death. Understanding the difference between these two types of hazards is crucial for implementing appropriate safety measures. Arc flash mitigation methods include increasing the distance between workers and energized equipment, using arc-resistant equipment, and wearing appropriate personal protective equipment. Shock protection methods include energizing equipment before working on it, using insulated tools, and wearing rubber gloves. The selection of appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, is another critical aspect of electrical safety. PPE is designed to protect workers from electrical hazards such as arc flash and shock. The type of PPE that is required will depend on the specific hazards that workers will be exposed to. For example, workers who are exposed to arc flash hazards may need to wear flame-resistant clothing, a face shield, and gloves. Workers who are exposed to shock hazards may need to wear rubber gloves and insulated tools. It is important to select PPE that is properly rated for the voltage levels that workers will be exposed to. In addition to selecting the right PPE, it is also important to ensure that workers are properly trained on how to use it. This includes training on how to inspect PPE for damage, how to don and doff PPE, and how to clean and maintain PPE. Regular inspections of PPE are essential to ensure that it is in good working condition. Damaged PPE should be replaced immediately. Proper cleaning and maintenance of PPE are also important for extending its lifespan. Lockout-tagout procedures are a cornerstone of electrical safety. These procedures are designed to prevent equipment from being accidentally energized while it is being worked on. The first step in a lockout-tagout procedure is to identify all sources of energy that could energize the equipment. This may include electrical, mechanical, hydraulic, pneumatic, and thermal energy sources. Once all energy sources have been identified, they must be isolated. This typically involves disconnecting the equipment from its power source and closing any valves or other devices that could allow energy to flow into the equipment. After the energy sources have been isolated, the equipment must be locked out. This involves attaching a lock to the disconnect switch or valve to prevent it from being re-energized. The lock should be unique to the individual who was performing the work. Finally, the equipment must be tagged out. This involves attaching a tag to the disconnect switch or valve that identifies the individual who is performing the work and the date and time that the lockout-tagout procedure was performed. The tag should also warn others not to re-energize the equipment. Before starting work on the equipment, the individual who is performing the work should verify that the equipment is properly locked out and tagged out. This can be done by testing the equipment to ensure that it is energized. Once the work is complete, the individual who performed the work should remove the lock and tag. The equipment can then be re-energized. Incident investigation is an important part of a comprehensive electrical safety program. When an electrical incident occurs, it is important to investigate the cause of the incident to prevent similar incidents from happening in the future. The investigation should include a review of the events leading up to the incident, an examination of the equipment involved, and interviews with the individuals who were involved in the incident. The goal of the investigation is to identify the root cause of the incident. Once the root cause has been identified, corrective actions can be taken to prevent similar incidents from happening in the future. Corrective actions may include changes to procedures, training, or equipment. Documentation of incident investigations is essential for tracking progress and ensuring that corrective actions are implemented. The documentation should include a description of the incident, the findings of the investigation, and the corrective actions that were taken. Continuous improvement is a key principle of electrical safety. This involves constantly looking for ways to improve the safety of the work environment. This can be done by soliciting feedback from employees, reviewing incident data, and staying up to date on the latest safety standards. By continuously improving the safety program, contractors can reduce the risk of electrical incidents and create a safer work environment for their employees. The role of technology in electrical safety is becoming increasingly important. There are now a variety of technologies available that can help contractors improve electrical safety. These technologies include arc flash modeling software, electrical safety training simulators, and wearable sensors that can detect electrical hazards. Arc flash modeling software can be used to predict the potential arc flash hazards in an electrical system. This information can then be used to develop appropriate safety measures, such as selecting the right personal protective equipment. Electrical safety training simulators can be used to train employees on how to work safely around electrical hazards. These simulators provide a realistic training environment that allows employees to practice safe work practices without being exposed to actual electrical hazards. Wearable sensors can be used to detect electrical hazards such as high voltage or arc flash. These sensors can alert workers to potential hazards so that they can take steps to protect themselves. The integration of these technologies into electrical safety programs can significantly enhance worker safety and reduce the risk of electrical incidents. The legal and regulatory landscape surrounding electrical safety is complex and constantly evolving. Contractors must stay up to date on the latest laws and regulations to ensure that they are in compliance. In the United States, the primary federal agency responsible for electrical safety is the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA. OSHA has a number of regulations that address electrical safety, including regulations on lockout-tagout, personal protective equipment, and arc flash. In addition to federal regulations, there are also state and local regulations that address electrical safety. Contractors must be aware of all applicable regulations and ensure that they are in compliance. Failure to comply with electrical safety regulations can result in fines, penalties, and even criminal charges. Therefore, it is essential for contractors to have a strong understanding of the legal and regulatory landscape surrounding electrical safety. Implementing an effective NFPA 70E program is a significant undertaking for any organization, especially for small contractors. However, the benefits of such a program far outweigh the costs. By implementing a comprehensive NFPA 70E program, contractors can protect their employees from electrical hazards, reduce the risk of electrical incidents, and ensure compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. This ultimately leads to a safer work environment, reduced liability, and improved business performance. Remember that electrical safety is not just a matter of compliance, it is a matter of life and death. By taking the necessary steps to protect workers from electrical hazards, contractors can create a safer and more productive work environment for everyone. And by staying informed, continuously improving, and leveraging technology, contractors can ensure that their electrical safety programs are effective and up to date.